And welcome to Monday Night Nitro, WCW's premiere show on Monday nights. I'm here with Brock Readhead, I'm JamSaw, and we're going to call out the matches for tonight's show.
It is nothing but a great week that is leading up from what I see. Our last week together was a success, and I just can't wait to see what you guys have planned for this Monday night.
Well, I can tell you there's a lot of good action coming out tonight. We're going to see some matches we haven't seen. We're going to see the title match for Finn Balor versus Nakamura. We're going to see a rivalry match between Askua and Kari Sane. We're going to have a tag team match, the Disciples of Darkness versus Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe, to see who's going to be next in line to go for the tag team titles. And there's more action to come. I don't want to spoil everything for you, so we're just going to wait. It looks like Tommaso Ciampa is going to come out to the ring and speak his mind about something. I know that last week he had a heated match with Ricochet, and things did not quite go Ciampa's way. So I'm sure he's coming out here to speak his piece, and I look forward to hearing what he has to say.
Well, I will not lie to you. I feel that Rick, that whatever was said backstage, I feel like Rick stepped out of line. He pushed a button that he shouldn't have, and Tommaso was in the right in doing what he did, and I just can't wait to see what Ricochet gets for what he deserves.
Well, we're about to find out. One thing I do have to say, too, I really dig Ciampa's theme song. I don't know if you've ever had a chance to hear it.
Bully.
Really, really good song.
I don't trust that one bit.
See, this man knows what he's talking about. Ricochet just didn't. He wasn't a man about what he did.
Okay.
No, definitely. And I mean, it was a Falls Count Anywhere match. They didn't really take it to any weird levels or go out into the crowd or anything. So I'm sure Tommaso was disappointed that in the way that the match progressed.
Anybody actually believe that?
And here you can see he's calling him out because he realized that he was not fairly treated last week, and he wants some comeuppance.
Not so fast there.
That's right. Yes. Address what's going on. Ricochet needs to. I don't know what he did to him, but there's obviously some bad blood in the air, and
he really loves
I
that
hope
with him,
this is not the end to a great feud between these amazing superstars.
Well, I have a feeling it's only the beginning. You can definitely see that Ricochet is more of the fan favorite. They really are behind this high flyer.
Yes, it's nothing but great. It's way too loud in here for me to think straight. I can't wait to hear what he has to say.
The fans are eating it up. Seems to be a lot of anger behind those words.
Wow.
No love between these superstars, that's for sure. Bringing the attitude.
Oh, he used to respect him.
Well, okay.
The actions just can't.
Anybody actually believe
By the
that?
way that Ricochet treated him last week, there was definitely a lack of respect.
Oh, yes. We
of that
unfortunately were
superstar.
not able to
Hard to finish
get
anything
footage
around this
backstage, but from whispers and rumors, we don't know how it started, but we saw how it ended.
Somebody needs to
Exactly. It all happened so fast, there was no real witnesses to it until the aftermath.
Bad blood is a boiling.
So things are definitely coming to a head.
I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see.
Ooh, coming to a head, but
Jesus. Oh.
And Tommaso
Ciampa
no. Slips out of harm's way.
Where's the ref? What?
There's no ref. This is not a sanctioned match.
Big backdrop.
Oh my God. WCW, what are you doing? Get somebody out here right now and stop it.
We definitely need some security or some superstars, some lumberjacks to come out here and break up this pairing, because this isn't even really on the card.
He caught him slipping.
Oh, good God, Jesus.
Oh, and a knee to the face. And I believe that's the knee that he has all hooked up with his knee brace and everything, so that's a little extra damage from all that hardware.
I feel like this is a statement that is basically saying that whatever he did last week, he might have won the battle, but the war is far from over.
I agree. Nice exploder suplex. Finally, the ref is out here to break things up.
This is insane.
But definitely it seems that Ciampa's come out on top in this small altercation. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next between these two.
The lack of respect that they have for each other.
So as I was saying, here's just a quick view of what we have lined up. Due to this confrontation, the general manager has decided to have a backstreet brawl between the two later tonight to finally, hopefully, settle the differences.
Amazing. Now, before we get started, I'm looking at my notes here, and is it true that the anonymous GMs are talking about having a teamed up pay-per-view for in 3 weeks? Is it?
Exactly. Right now we're on week 2. The two GMs have been talking about how things are going to work between our two brands, and it looks like we each have our respective shows for 4 weeks, and then at the end of those 4 weeks there will be a joint pay-per-view effort that we will be putting out. It will not necessarily be brand versus brand. We'll each have our own matches. I think we're going to have about 3 matches per show, and maybe one joint match that could be a versus type of thing, or instead of that we might have a Legends match where some classic superstars from WCW and ECW are brought to showcase their talents in a marquee match. Those are things that I've been hearing. Nothing's been solidified yet, but we do know that at least for the pay-per-view there will be 3 WCW and 3 ECW matches put on display.
Oh my God, I can't. I don't know about you, but if I wasn't gonna be there, then I would drop any amount of money to see the very first pay-per-view that's coming up. Definitely.
Luckily, the way things are structured right now, our fan base can watch it for free on YouTube.
Oh my Lord. Now the presence that these two are giving off is just sending chills right up my, like a hair on my arms is sticking straight up. These two are alone, they are great, but together they just give this aura of what could be compared to The Undertaker.
Yes, I see a lot of comparisons between the Brothers of Destruction here, because you have Alistair, a very imposing dark presence, and then you have the Fiend, a masked beast that can just destroy.
I just don't know how Kevin Owens and his partner is gonna be able to hold their own against such forces as these two.
Well, these two are very dark forces, but keep in mind, Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe are also powerhouses in their own right. They've done very well as singles competitors in multiple promotions, but here together as a tag team, they might be unstoppable.
Well, we know all four of these guys are just a great presence to all of the young talent. And what it is that Kevin is actually thinking of picking up a superstar from the Performance Center and training with him at the Performance Center, because he wants to give back to what he loves to cherish, which is the sport of wrestling.
Well, definitely. A lot of the WCW's superstars take part in Performance Center activities to try to help develop and bring in new talent to main event status.
Thinks he knows what's best for WWE and wants to turn this match into the KO show. KO is as hard-headed as they come.
Now, Kevin Owens, what he needs to do is separate the Fiend from Black and keep him in the corner with Samoa Joe, because they together are pressure people.
That's how you stop your opponent.
If he does that, I see nothing but a great future right in this match.
Well, definitely. That is the best strategy to have as a tag team, is to keep your opponent away from their corner, keep them on your half of the mat, so it's harder for them to actually make that tag.
Yes.
And staying fresh, doing what they're doing right there, tagging out is a good idea. I would have brought the Fiend to the other corner first and then tagged in, but that's just me.
Yes.
But this is where you can really see that they're just starting as a tag team, so they're really just starting to get a feel for how they work together and how things will function as a unit.
Yes.
It's always one of the biggest challenges when you're bringing a new team together. When you've had people like Edge and Christian, or the AOP, or Matt and Jeff Hardy, they've worked together for years. They're synchronous in how they do everything. There's a time frame where you need to actually learn how to be a team, and I think that's what we're going to see here with Owens and Joe, and even with Black and the Fiend. None of these superstars are team players or have been in the past, so I look forward to seeing how they develop in this new and dynamic environment.
Oh yes, this is going to be nothing but a 5-star match.
I'm afraid to think what's going to happen next.
Black is great at frustrating his opponents, and the Fiend is great with that mindset that he can get into your mind whenever he wants. So them together with a clothesline knife will be a team that will be very hard to reckon with.
Definitely. Now we see the Fiend taking it to Kevin Owens. I mean, he was getting pretty badly hammered, and he's back on the defensive. Owens definitely knows how to manhandle his opponents, but I mean, don't count the Fiend out yet. A nice reversal, and we'll see what he can bring to the table. Nice Irish whip to the corner.
With more than a dozen years under his belt, Aleister Black.
Is he going to take him upstairs? Yep. Is he going to try for an avalanche powerbomb, I think?
Oh, good God. No, please don't.
Avalanche suplex.
Nothing good comes from the top turnbuckle.
Well, I mean, something like that, too. Not only are you damaging your opponent, but you're taking some damage yourself for that kind of move.
Yes.
If he doesn't make the tag, they're in big
Kevin
trouble
Owens
here.
smart, keeping him against the ropes. Don't give him time to breathe.
Oh, knocking the wind right out of the Fiend. Drag him to the corner. Is he going to go for a cover? Yep.
Yeah, perfect. Here we go. One.
And a kick out at one. You have to do a lot more damage to the Fiend before you can pin him.
Kevin Owens just too fast for him. Surprisingly quick.
Kevin Owens dragging him.
Push him into the corner for the tag.
Opponent off the rope.
Oh, double team. What are we looking at?
Double monkey flip.
Where do you think you should go from here? The abuse his body has gone through in this match is a little disturbing.
Oh,
now,
that's a lot of weight to be dropped on your chest.
now before Joe Joe signed with the WCW, he recently came off of an injury from the WWE, and how has that been looking for Joe, as in the doctor's reports?
Well, I mean, like, he did experience a few concussions with the WWE, but through rehab, he's been able to overcome those adversities, and so far, he's been passing all his medicals with flying colors. I know that there were some worries that he might violate certain medical policies, but for now, everything is hunky-dory.
Perfect.
You're pitching him in the wrong corner, Fiend. Oh, and Samoa tags himself back in. See, that's a risk. If you throw your opponent into their own corner, you could get a blind tag and end up facing a fresh opponent.
Suplex Joe? That's so crazy. Are you serious?
Well, he is a monster. It's some fancy footwork in and out of the ring, trying to confuse the Fiend.
Joe is such an imposing figure. I can't, like just lifting him up like that. And here we go. 1, 2.
And Black saves him.
I thought that was it. Not gonna lie to you.
Well, if Black hadn't made that save, I'm sure he would have been pinned.
Oh yeah, but Joe is such a imposing figure that I didn't think you could just
muscle buster
lift him up like that. Oh, the Fiend, come on.
Drag him out. Kevin better get into the ring. Block
1,
Alistair.
2.
Oh, and Black. Oh. Kevin, what are you doing?
I feel like Kevin believes in his partner that he doesn't need any help, and that could be good or bad for their team.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know he believes in Samoa Joe, but sometimes even when you believe in someone, you got to have their back. I mean, it's not fair to think that Samoa Joe could continue his pin and fend off Aleister Black at the same time. And I mean, they're not known for being rule followers; they're rule breakers.
Yes.
Anyway, it looks like the Fiend has taken quite a bit of damage. So now we got Aleister in the ring.
Is he going to be smart with his partner and not? Yes, he is. He is. I thought he was going to tag in his partner.
Another blind tag. See, again, you don't toss your opponent into their own corner. Not a very smart move from Black. Now that's a good call because he's so far away. Oh, just not enough damage done to Black yet to keep him down for the count.
See, if Joe had pinned the Fiend near his own corner, then I feel like that would have been a 3 count twice.
Oh, I thought he was going to tie him up in the ropes there.
Oh, yeah. Ooh! Black mask?
I don't think it was quite a Black mask. It was definitely a kick to the head because it looks like Black still has his, enough stamina to really go for a finisher here.
Yeah, it seems like he has one in the tank just waiting to
explode.
Yes.
Oh, and a stunner. Okay, Joe, get in the ring and help your opponent. There you go. See, Joe knows what's going on. Oh, I guess he's a little confused.
Kevin, what are you thinking? Oh, is this a backdrop?
Oh, backbreaker.
Jesus.
And you're going to go for a... Oh, he's going for a suplex? Yep, going for a suplex.
Yep, there we go. Perfect. Oh, the velocity on that.
Stop right to the gut.
That should be a pin, ref. Count. His shoulders were down.
Look at Kevin. Don't.
Oh! A crazy cutter out of nowhere. Shades a la Randy Orton.
To the face. These are by far one of the most nastiest, most simple moves in the wrestling business.
Yeah, but I mean, look at Aleister's pads. He's got spiked knee pad. Yet that to the face. That's gotta hurt.
So, is his wife going to be joining the WCW, or is she still trying to make her way to signing the contract?
Well, for now, she's still with WWE managing Andrade. Who knows, though? Anything can happen. Maybe over the course of one of the drafts, we'll bring her in. Because I would like to see Zelina as more than just a manager. I would love to see her actually compete.
Now, many have compared her to the new age Melina.
I can see where people would get that, but I would almost consider her the next Eddie Guerrero. I think that she has the talent, the charisma to be the women's division's Eddie Guerrero. I know Sasha Banks always wanted to be.
Yeah,
I don't think she can quite attain the level of Eddie Guerrero myself personally. Don't get me wrong, she's talented and everything, but I find that Zelina has the charisma that would really carry her to Eddie Guerrero status.
I would love to see her as a dominating force in the WCW's women's division.
We're getting to 6 count. We're getting close here.
No.
7. Get it in the ring, boys.
Somebody stop that left. We're at 8. No.
Oh, and they're trying to get in. Oh. And the collision while they were both trying to get back into the ring prevented either from getting in, so we're stuck with a draw. So it's really a no contest. So what we're going to end up doing, I'm just hearing now from the anonymous general manager that next week we're going to have a rematch, but it's going to be a no DQ match.
Thank you.
Because we need to have a definitive winner between those two teams.
See, that's what I love about the brand new gems is they don't let that slide. Like, I know the WWE is known for making matches on the fly to appease themselves, but it seems the GM here is really trying to please the fans, which is what we're all fans of this sport.
Well, exactly. I really believe that the GM of WCW and the GM of ECW are in fact fans, and I think that's what's going to make these promotions top. That they're for the fans, by the fans, not just mouth service like Vince McMahon. I don't know how many times that he said, "Oh yeah, we're going to be doing this for you," and then they give you some crap matches like Super Showdown.
Oh my lord. But sitting here, Lita has not lost Steph, and Lita has Chris, and I'm excited to see this. Now, is this their first time together in the WCW?
Yes, this is the first time that we'll be seeing all of these women in the WCW. Now, all of the women here also are part of the Women's Champion division. So this match, this Fatal 4-Way, will help determine the number 1 contender for the Women's Championship. It is currently being held by Rhea Ripley.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Now, when I say number 1 contender, it doesn't mean that there couldn't be someone else that challenges and bumps them. But whoever wins this match will face the champion at the first joint pay-per-view.
Perfect. Now, how does, now, I know there was an interview with Beth earlier tonight about being on the same roster as her husband, Edge. Can you give us a quick run on how that interview went?
Well, I think that dynamic is excellent. I know Beth is happy to be performing again. She's in peak physical shape, as is Edge, and they're both really happy to be in an environment that is promoting the creativity that we are, that we can bring to the table, so that we can really see the type of matches we want to see. And we also give them a bit of a lighter schedule. We don't have a ton of live, non-televised events. Our promotion is television only.
Right.
So they work Monday nights and they work pay-per-views.
That's her, and that is great for their longevity too.
Exactly. It'll keep the wrestlers healthier longer. It will allow them to spend more time with their families, and they're still making a good chunk of change.
Yes. Now, they all were aware that they weren't going to get paid the same amount because they wouldn't be making the same time within the match. But from my understanding, the ones that signed with both of the brands were very, very excited about the sacrifice, and they understood that this is all for just the love of the sport.
Exactly. But we also have better perks, too. We cover healthcare. So if you get injured in the ring, you don't need to worry about very expensive doctor bills and stuff like that. And you don't need to worry about we're not going to cut you if you've been injured. You will still be on standby, and when you come back at 100%, you'll be in the ring. Or you could be shifted to management. You could be a manager, or you could even become a booker or a referee. You never know.
There's always a job for them at any place in this business.
Exactly. There's endless opportunities for those that are passionate for this business.
Yes.
Now, one thing that I find very interesting with this match, too, is we have 3 Canadian superstars and 1 American.
Yes. Beth is from the town of Buffalo, and she is actually near where I grew up, and I think that's why I have a soft spot for Beth and her dominating force in all of wrestling.
Oh, I thought Beth was Canadian. I know that she got her wrestling start in Canada.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Nice armbar
Check my. Oh, I'm gonna fire my publisher. I'm firing this man.
Because I know Natalya, of course, we know is a member of the Hart family. So she's from Calgary. Trish is from Toronto.
Natalya able to counter beautifully. She's slowing down here, guys. Slowing down.
Now I know that both Beth and Edge now live in the United States, but they never forget their roots. As far as I know for sure. Edge, having listened to a lot of the ENC podcasts back in the day, very much a Canadian, very big hockey fan.
Lita with the perfect plex right there.
I find it's interesting that friends are not attacking each other right now. You know, Lita and Trish, really good friends, and same with Beth and Natalya, very good friends. So it looks like, for now, friendships are intact, even though it's a fatal 4-way match. They're avoiding hurting each other.
It seems like they all made a sort of alliance before they all came out, but we aren't gonna know for sure. But it seems like what they did was they met each other in the locker rooms and they talked strategy, which is very smart. Look out for each other, but you also got to look out for number 1 as well.
Nice reverse choke slam.
There we go. Natalya, just a pure strength that she had.
Oh, and Lita saving her bud.
Here we go.
Oh, knocked out to the floor.
Beth was not happy with that.
Yeah, it looks like Beth is coming into the mix. Oh, wait. Oh, Beth is... Yeah, I guess teamwork is over as Beth takes Natalya to the floor.
There's something so electric about
Beth
Trish
shoot that low. I think Trish is also thinking that it's kind of...
Change it up a little bit.
Number 1.
Yep.
Nice armbar stretch.
Oh, Beth nearly ripped her arm out of the socket there.
Oh,
and a twist of fate. Lita going for the cover.
1.
And a kick out after 1. Yeah, Trish is not damaged enough yet. Lita seems to be in the best shape so far.
And if I'm not mistaken, Natalya is the veteran of these 4. if I'm not mistaken, I think Natalya came first.
No, not quite. I mean, Natalya is still the longest running. She's still been active for longer, but Trish and Lita back in the Attitude Era were really, really big superstars, and when Natalya was just starting out near the end of the Attitude Era.
Oh wow! Well, there you go. You learn something new every day. I will.
And Trish and Lita have had some real classic matches, and I look forward to seeing some new rivalry type matches between them in the future. I didn't expect it tonight. I really thought that they were going to stay more neutral, at least until the other opponents were weaker.
Ooh,
reversal.
Almost with that elbow.
Definitely not where you want to be right now.
See, Natalya's looking a little confused. If I was her, I would have taken out Lita while she was holding Trish, and you could have had a twofer.
Natalya seemed to have forgotten. She's in a match.
It seems like they all have one in the chamber, except for
Trish.
Natalya.
Oh, no, you're right. It was Natalya that doesn't.
Yep, Natalya needs to worry less about the fans at this moment and more on the match, because it's really making her suffer.
Trish going to the top rope. Elbow drop to the face.
Nice.
Is that enough to put Lita away? Nope.
Nope.
Lita kicks up.
Of course. Ooh, there we go.
Oh. Alley-oop powerbomb.
Oh.
Now what's she going to go for here?
Don't do it.
Lita has a big opportunity here.
Oh, and a big DDT.
This one's done.
Yeah.
Put an end to their whole
Trish
rivalry
is
with that.
getting up like it's nothing.
I thought this superstar was
Working on the comeback.
apparently not.
Nice.
A comeback.
Yeah, another twist of fate. Nope. Elbow to the chest.
There we go. There we go.
And Natalya is really taking it to Beth on the outside, too. We got the cover by Lita.
1, 2.
And a kick out. I do have to say I really enjoy the outfit of Trish. I love that bright silver bodysuit.
See, I was a fan of her early
You can't keep a good woman
days,
down. And Lita
attire
is an
with,
incredibly good woman.
her feud with Mickie James, who is unfortunately still with the WWE.
For now.
There is rumor that she is being approached by both of the GMs, and she will give us an answer on draft day.
Exactly.
There we go.
Everyone needs a little
Stratisfaction, and go for the cover.
1, 2.
And Lita kicks out. She's still got too much energy. She's very resilient. So it looks like Trish is going to go for a comeback.
I glanced over and saw that Beth didn't move and break up the pin, so I don't know if that was either bright or dumb of her, but it seemed like she had no confidence that Trish would get that pin.
Well, I know it's not smart of Trish to have left Lita off her own and then going against Beth and Natalya. I mean, out of the three, she is the smallest. Yes, maybe the most tenacious, but the other two are powerhouses, and she can easily she's one misstep away from getting slammed to the mat.
Yes. That disgusting side slam.
Here she goes, back in the ring now.
Oh, and Lita is back up, so Trish has gone back on target. Oh, clothesline to the face.
Like you said, Lita was left alone to get stamina back, and it just backfired on Trish.
Exactly.
Lita's playing it up big time now.
A kick to the gut. And another alley-oop powerbomb.
Could maybe we be seeing a Lita leg drop eventually?
Atomic drop.
Well, I don't know. It's kind of amazing. She is known as a high flyer, but we haven't really seen her go up top very much.
Could it be her age is come? Because she isn't a spring chicken.
That is true. I mean, you gotta. Oh, and the ref taken out by the Irish whip.
Take out the chair.
Oh, and a DDT. She gonna go for the cover? Oh, not yet. She's going for a choke.
Elbow's nasty. Ooh, Natalya and Lita are the only ones standing.
Saw that one coming.
Oh, and an elbow to the face. No one can capitalize on the two down superstars. Is Beth going to go and make a crawl cover? No? Okay.
No. And Natalya's had enough of that. Ooh. Here we go. Glam slam. There we go.
And the pin.
This isn't good. I don't think Lita knows.
No, Trish!
I can't believe that. That missed the mark on that kick. She could have broken up the pin, but didn't. So Beth Phoenix will be facing the women's champion at the inaugural pay-per-view.
Can't wait for that match. This was just nothing but excitement.
Man, oh, man.
A minor slip-up caused Trish to not break that pin up. Now, who were you rooting for in that match between those four women?
To be honest, I was really rooting for Trish because she's been a favorite of mine for a long time, but I also would have been happy with Lita. Their feud together, either one of those two, or who I would have liked to see move on for a championship match. But Beth definitely deserves it. She's a powerhouse. She's the Glamazon.
Yes, she's a former Divas champion, dominant one, and I just can't wait to see what the GM has in store for her, because he or she can do a lot of stuff with her, and her future is nothing but shooting for the stars.
Well, at least we don't have Santina Marella to face.
Oh. Hey, he might stop in. She might stop in. We don't know.
You never know. You never know. So it looks like now Toni Storm is going to take to the ring. I think she's got something to get off her chest.
Oh, she's already in the ring. What do we got? Now, for people like me and the fans that might not know a lot about Toni,
a lot of
give us a quick synopsis on what she is about.
Definitely. Okay. Well, she is an Australian superstar. Definitely made a big splash through the Mae Young Classic Championships, and eventually got signed to NXT UK. Even though NXT UK was a separate brand from NXT, she's also made numerous appearances at actual NXT. Last year, she was at Survivor Series as part of Team NXT, right next to fellow Australian and current women's champion in WCW, Rhea Ripley. So those two have had a feud ongoing for quite some time. A lot of people believe that Toni is going to challenge for the belt before the actual pay-per-view that Beth Phoenix is scheduled to go for. And I think what Toni's trying to do right now is get the fans on her side, to let them know how serious she is and how badly she wants to be a women's champion. We might see her challenge for the title next week, or perhaps right before the pay-per-view. It might not be Rhea Ripley versus Beth Phoenix. It might be Toni Storm versus Beth Phoenix.
And I am down for whatever the GM has planned.
Oh, one way or the other, you can't go wrong with this team. Like Toni Storm versus Rhea Ripley will tear the house down. Yes,
and I hope that house has insurance, because it's going down. Let me tell you that.
Exactly. So up next we have Finn Balor challenging for the Intercontinental Championship that is held by Shinsuke Nakamura, although Shinsuke has his manager Sami Zayn in his corner tonight. So we'll see if having that mouthpiece on your side will help him get the advantage over Finn, who, if you recall, last week defeated Shinsuke. So it's already Finn 1, Shinsuke 0.
I was I was wondering when Sammy the Snake was going to make his way back over here.
Well, I think we discussed last week, I think there was just some confusion with the travel details and he never ended up making it. And now he is by his side, and we'll see if he can be the difference maker and help keep Shinsuke champion for longer.
Yes. Unfortunately, when he left, he took the IC belt with him, which caused the WWE to strip Braun of his IC title, which was fine because he signed with ECW, and now he is a dominant tag champion.
Is an enigma with a profound skill set.
Exactly. So here we can see the Balor is just Balor. He didn't come out as the beast, as the demon. This is not a pay-per-view event, and I don't think he really felt it was worth like he needed that advantage for this challenge, having surpassed Shinsuke on one-on-one as Balor last week. I think he doesn't believe the demon is required for this challenge.
Correct.
First ever Universal Champion, Finn Balor, ladies and gentlemen.
And that is true. Finn Balor was the first Universal Champion in the WWE, regrettably having to give that up due to injury and never really being able to get back to that level of success in the WWE. So here's hoping that maybe through battling for the Intercontinental Championship, if he can get it and keep it for a while, that will increase his real estate value, and we'll be able to put him into the main title picture soon.
Correct.
That the WWE Universe has for Finn Balor.
And the artist known as Shinsuke making his way.
You can see Sami Zayn right there by his side.
And he brought the proper belt with him, which great because it was just a matter of misunderstanding.
Exactly. We will not see that kind of confusion again. Everything has been sorted.
Yes.
His opponent, accompanied by Sami Zayn from Kyoto, Japan.
Now, is it true that
Sammy
Sammy has been attacking Finn on social media?
Oh, constantly. He's been attacking all of the IC contenders via social media.
Now, is that smart or not so smart on Sammy?
Well, I mean, it can be smart because he's getting into their heads for Shinsuke. I mean, the language barrier with Shinsuke a little bit, I don't think he can always express himself the way that he wants to, so having someone like Sammy to help with the psychology and getting inside of the opponent's heads on a talker level while he just gets inside their heads based off of his performance and how he moves in the ring and strong style.
Now, Sammy isn't scared that he'll talk all this hype, then Shinsuke has one bad night and unfortunately cannot make promise on those threats.
See, I don't think he's worried about that at all because Sammy's not the one that has to back it up. He's really relying on Shinsuke to meet up to everything that he's putting out there. So I don't think he's worried about that at all. I mean, could this lead to a turn if things don't go well for Shinsuke? Who knows? But I don't believe that at this juncture that Sammy is afraid of anything.
Shinsuke Nakamura making a move. The collar and elbow tie up.
Finn with a nice reversal.
Definitely a nice back and forth. Belly to belly.
Nakamura going for it. And
He's
now
not letting go.
Nope.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of
the reversal by Shinsuke Nakamura.
anger
Whoa.
for Finn on this because he just looks so much more like violent, so much more crisp and violent with how he's wrestling right now.
I don't think it's so much anger, but it's definitely focus. I think he's really he's been friends with Shinsuke for years, but he's putting that friendship to the side and he's looking for the title. He's looking towards that gold and going, friendships are forever. Gold is for only as long as you can hold it.
Yes. It's easy. How does the death syndrome? It's easy to get the gold, but it's hard to keep it.
Exactly. And I mean, like, this is very, very new for everybody. So far, this is only week 2. So technically, Shinsuke is only a 2-week champion with us.
Nakamura showing you why he's the king of strong style.
And I honestly cannot wait to see what they do with the belt. If they all decide to customize their titles, I feel like the IC belt that was last held by Braun in the WWE was more influenced by the staff members there, and Sammy and Shinsuke couldn't use their full potential on it. And I feel like it'll be inspired by the Japanese roots that Shinsuke comes from.
If he retains.
Yes. If he does, yes. It's a big if, because there's 2 factors that can come in here. Shinsuke could have a bad night, and Finn could just work that much more harder than Shinsuke does that bad night.
Well, that's one thing that I worry about with Shinsuke, because he's been a bit cocky. I don't think that he was as concerned as he should have been about this matchup, and I think that might lead to a downfall. I mean, he does have Sammy on his side, so maybe he's going to rely on Sammy to help him to retain, cause distraction, maybe distract the ref and throw a weapon in so that he can get the opportunity to cheat, to win. Because, as you know, a lot of the times superstars don't care how they win as long as they win.
Yes. And a big name that did that was Eddie, but he did it with such finesse.
Exactly, it was style.
He made it. Yes, he did it with style. He made it funny. He made it He made it where you loved when he cheated. But nobody has been able to mimic the style of Eddie. And like you said, there's one woman that could do it, and that is Selena Vega. So hopefully she signs with the WCW, and we see great stuff from both the men and the women in the WCW.
Definitely.
Shinsuke's not looking with the pen.
He looks kind of out of it. Well, not enough to take him out yet. A little funny that Sammy didn't try to stop the count or anything.
It's not looking too hot. There you go. That neck. There you go. That pin.
This is where Shinsuke might make a decent comeback.
He's looking for the win.
What's he thinking? There you go.
Oh, cheap cover. Yeah, not enough damage done to Finn yet.
Now, did speaking of? Oh, wait. Could this be it?
No, and Finn is just too resilient.
So like I was saying before, Shin went into that pin. Did Cesaro want to leave the WWE? Because it seems like it's just Shin and Sammy.
Well, Sammy's really the management capacity. Cesaro was still competing. I don't know if you recall, but Sammy was injured for a while, so he, even here in WCW, he's not been cleared to wrestle yet. He's just here in a management capacity. That's one of the reasons why he wasn't part of the draft. He's not actually competing. They are looking. WCW is very interested in bringing Cesaro over. Oh my goodness, what an upset!
Lord.
Sammy was sleeping on the switch there. He should have done something.
Doing.
But yeah, so Cesaro is definitely someone we're interested in acquiring in WCW. It's just a matter of time because we have several other plans in the works and need to make sure that everything lines up to fruition.
Yes. And Finn picks it up with the coup de grace. Perfect. Just.
Well, if he had to win, that is the way to do it, with a coup de grace.
Yes. And we were saying last week we didn't see a coup de grace.
Win here, guys.
And
Cutting is Nakamura's knee
I think
strikes
this
can
is
be.
showing Finn that he can't forget the basics.
And that'll do it for this one-on-one match. I hope you enjoyed it as much as this
looked very strong tonight.
appears to have enjoyed it.
And Sammy looks really disappointed, pissed off at the ref, but I mean, he didn't really do anything to help, so you can't really get all that upset, Sammy, when you didn't even do your job.
Now, did you say that this was a #1 contender shot for Shin's belt, or no, or is that something
No, that was a championship match. He the new champion is Finn Balor.
There you go. Okay, perfect. So next up we see is Asuka and Kari. Now,
Yeah. This is a recurrence of our rivalry match last week with how Kari reacted to losing to Asuka. That kind of pissed Asuka off a little bit, that she asked the GM for this match, a no-holds-barred match, so that they could really go at it with a ferocity. It's no longer a friendship match. This is a real competition.
Now, do you think that their team has now been broken? They can't get back together?
No, I wouldn't say that. I never say never in the WWE. I do think that we will not see them as a team anytime soon, but I would never say that they would never get back together and team again. But I know from a singles perspective, this is definitely going to put a strain on the relationship. We likely won't see them paired for quite some time. Depending on the results of this match, I'm not sure if we'll see them one-on-one again. Or if we do, it really depends on the results of this match. I mean, right now, Asuka's 1-0 over Kari. If Kari wins tonight, we'd need to have the rubber match at the very least to settle this rivalry once and for all.
Yes.
But given that it's a no-holds-barred match and that Asuka is a submission specialist, I'm putting my eggs in Asuka's basket.
Well, like I stated last week on the inaugural show, I stated that I was more of a Sane fan. So I can't leave my girl hanging.
Well, she is the Pirate Princess. I mean, she did bring back that persona for WCW, getting rid of the all-black heel persona. And although she might sometimes still have a heelish tendency or attitude, she is definitely a Pirate Princess.
Yes, she is the pirate to my heart, let me tell you that.
Actual pro yachting career.
I understand that, Cole, but
She shows with every performance that she's getting better, and I won't say less of Asuka, but I feel like Sane, in my opinion, has 1 foot above Asuka in all performances of wrestling.
Well, I mean, I know she's definitely got the passion, but Asuka had an undefeated reign for a long time, was undefeated in NXT, was undefeated for quite some time in the WWE until being beaten by Charlotte Flair. Again, I think that in Flair's case, it really came down to her tactics, very much like her father, win at any cost, even if you have to cheat.
Yep.
So I think if it was a fair one-on-one match without any possible interference or cheating, that Asuka would have remained undefeated to this day.
Yes, and I love that. Speaking of Flair,
Asuka's one of the most intimidating superstars in all of WWE, man or woman.
As their legacy, because we know that The Rock's daughter signed with the Performance Center, and it's very, very sad to say, but when she gets handed every single title, the crowd will cheer for them because it's The Rock's daughter, but it doesn't change the fact that your name is your sake, and it's just unprofessional, but that's how the WWE rolls.
Exactly. I want us to, like, in our promotion, I expect our superstars to earn it. If you're the daughter of Rick Rude and you show up in my promotion, you're going to start at the bottom, you're going to work your way up to the top. I don't care who your parents were. It doesn't matter. You got to work for it. You got to earn it.
And Marie signed with the ECW, and I know that she has a daughter, so
two, I think,
about
now.
18 years, yes, and about 18 years whenever we are still running, still have to work our way up as well, because we aren't going to work for 6 months and then go bankrupt like Paul Heyman did with ECW. The rumor has it that the new GM is a true fan of the ECW, and they will not make the same mistakes as Paul did.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Paul was an innovator, but he was a little careless at times, and that's one thing I think that both WCW and ECW are going to have over Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman is long-term strategy. You know, rather than just short-term pops.
Ooh, nice.
Kick to the gut. We're going to go for a suplex. Yep.
Yes, sir. There we go. This is so powerful.
And don't forget, it's no holds barred, so Asuka's going to look for a ladder, or a chair.
Ooh, are we getting blood?
I don't know, man. Definitely gonna get some hits in there.
That's twice now, Byron.
Oh, right to the stomach.
It's hard to predict what Asuka's gonna do next. Her strikes are so
there you go.
Oh, reversal. Sane needs to get savage like Asuka.
Kick. I feel like Savage is the game plan for this type of match with these women.
Definitely, and Asuka can switch to Savage real quick and easy. Oh, going for a choke.
Right there, just the stand-up guilt, just the oh my god.
Oh, and Kari's not taking it. Slams her opponent out of the way, but she does look a little bit out of it. She looks dizzy. Fireman Kari. Oh, and a kick to the gut. And a hip slam. And a pin off of that. And I can't believe it. Well, I mean, those chair shots in quick succession, and then that kick, and then a hip attack. She didn't stand much of a chance. So now it's 2-0 Asuka versus Zayn. So I don't know if we're going to see a third. I think that Asuka feels that she's proved everything she has to prove. So if there is another contest between these two, it'll be up to Kari. And it'll be Kari going to the GM and maybe making a stipulation for a specific type of match. We might see a third and final match. Just even though Asuka is ahead by 2. The right type of match, maybe Kari could take it away. Maybe a steel cage match. Maybe a ladder match.
And that's what I love about this. That this brand isn't gonna bury a feud like they did the Roman and the Corbin feud. They just drug it on for months, and Corbin signed with the ECW, and he has great plans to reinvent himself. And if I'm looking at my papers correctly, we're looking at a Adam Cole promo.
Yes, Adam Cole is going to come out, and he saw the match last week, the triple threat for the #1 contender, and saw Drew take it home. So I think he's going to come out here and have some choice words for Drew in preparation for what will ultimately be their showdown at the pay-per-view. So we know for sure in our 3 matches that 3 titles will be defended. So So far, the women's and the world heavyweights will be decided, and possibly we'll have another intercontinental or tag team match. We haven't decided yet which we'd prefer to showcase on the pay-per-view.
Oh, key word he's using is a coward.
That's one way to start.
In my opinion, Drew is by far a coward.
Between being confident
but
and
maybe
being an
Adam
egomaniac.
saw something that we didn't.
Or maybe he's just trying to get under his skin, and name-calling is one great way to get into someone's head.
Okay.
Especially with the Scottish psychopath.
Indeed.
And things just get a heck of a lot more interesting.
Well, here we go. He's had enough of what Cole has been saying.
Definitely. The chosen one is coming to the ring. And those bagpipes and war drums banging, you know he's ready for anything.
And the wait is finally over. This could honestly...
I just can't wait to see what Drew's going to be saying to this. Alright, perfect. So,
well, to me, it doesn't look like Drew's taking this guy seriously at all.
oh no. The hand up, he's like, no.
No. It's like, step back, Sonny Jim.
Oh my lord. Alright, Drew, see what you got.
Bad blood is a-boiling. Gotta respect the effort.
Ooh.
Indeed. Telling Adam Cole to shut it, more or less.
An angry reaction from an
angry
Lord.
Superstar. Ooh, Adam's not having...
No, he's like a little terrier up in his face.
I don't understand his approach on this. Why would you get in the face
That's
of
the kind of stuff that will drive
the psychopath
superstar
like that?
a little crazy.
Yeah, you're telling us, Drew. We don't know what's in his head either.
A fine line between being confident and being an egomaniac. Not exactly likable.
I don't know why Adam Cole is dancing in the ring.
Okay.
He's doing something.
I think he's trying to hypnotize Drew with his strange movements.
I think this is a new, like, instead of being like mean or strict with somebody, he might be opposite with his mind, his mind fuck.
Now he's really up in his face, almost like a little cobra.
Because we know with Brock Lesnar, Brock had trouble with the smaller guys, so maybe Cole's thinking the exact same thing with Drew McIntyre.
You never know, maybe.
A lot of anger behind those words, guys.
Ooh. No, back up.
Oh, what a kick to the pills.
Jesus. Did you feel it? I felt it. Jesus, I need ice.
Definitely. But I can tell you one thing, Drew is definitely not going to take that standing down.
Oh, no. Why would you just stay in the ring?
Because Adam Cole was not that bright. Even though Drew took it to the pills, he's still standing tall against Adam Cole. So this rivalry is really heating up. I can't wait to see what kind of match we're going to have at this pay-per-view for the title. I don't know if they're going to have another kind of confrontation over the next couple of weeks heading into the pay-per-view. There may be more promos. There may be some backstage attacks. You never know.
Even wait to get in the ring before they went at it. What does that tell you, Corey? It tells me there's some serious.
And like we said earlier,
I'm just glad we got
this was sanctioned barely by our GM. We're having kind of a recurrence. This is almost like seeing what happened backstage last week, but this is really Ciampa's chance to get revenge on Ricochet for beating him in the ring last night and for starting this feud.
Yes.
We ain't seen nothing yet. I just hope they stay away from my rental car. You should have ponied up for the insurance, you cheapskate.
I just don't understand why these guys who were such good friends it just fell apart.
I don't know why he's taking his time. He should have capitalized on that and picked him up and maybe slammed him into a couple of those crates. A lot of reversals. I think Ricochet is that's one of his biggest talents, is being able to get out of everything Tommaso is throwing at him.
Yes. Ooh, there you go.
Harsh impact. Right across
Oh,
the face.
European uppercut. Thrown out into the corridor.
He's not having any of that.
Nope. Oh, he's taking too long. Sometimes you're better off just tossing a guy rather than dragging him.
Yes.
Ooh, what impact.
Now, as you can see, there's no referees here. It's really just a contest of who can beat the hell out of the other one.
Oh, what's he gonna be doing with? Oh, okay. I thought I was gonna throw it at him.
He should have smacked him with it a few times and then threw it on him. I don't know what's happening with Ciampa. I think like maybe earlier he bumped his head or something and he's not thinking all that clearly.
Nope.
Well, he definitely bumped his head right there.
These guys are just crazy.
Just throwing each other into the walls and crates.
No, another reversal.
Ooh, nice reversal.
I'm surprised no one's grabbing any weapons.
Yes.
But I guess like Ricochet is like, I am the weapon.
Oh yeah. His feet and everything are his own weapon.
Oh.
Bomb.
It looks like he has one in the chamber. Is he gonna use it? Is the question.
Drop kick.
And it's not a question of if, it's more of a question of when.
Great agility there.
What was that?
He got a knee to the face.
Ricochet going for it.
Oh.
There you go. There you go.
But it wasn't enough to put Ciampa away.
Trampling the opposition. Look, Tommaso Ciampa is on the attack now.
Really be interesting to see them finally get out of the corridor.
Yes, and they're in the locker room.
Oh, too bad Ciampa didn't grab that briefcase when he had the chance.
Correct. And there's a TV right there. He could just toss him head first into it.
Oh, what a slam! That hurt.
All right, what's he thinking?
Well, Tommaso's definitely taking a lot of damage. He's got one in the chamber, though. If he only could get the opportunity to set one off.
Yep.
But it doesn't look like he's getting any chance to breathe. Ricochet is just taking it to him constantly.
Set up for a second time. Ricochet.
Ooh.
And Ciampa is knocked out, and Ricochet is our champion. And that will about do it for WCW this week. I don't know what we're going to come up with next week to try to get things going for you guys, but thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Brock, for being a part of the announce team. I very much appreciate your contributions here for the show. And I hope to see everybody here again next week. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.